Hey guys, it's Danny here, aka Goose King. So, for a while now, I've been wanting to do a suit-up and review of my newest fursuit, Rex. He was made by TundraKrafts on Instagram, and I had him upgraded from a 3/4 suit, the pants, arm sleeves, paws, everything but the torso, and I upgraded him to a full digigrade fursuit made by the same person, TundraKrafts. She made Rex 1.0 with me, so here's a disclaimer. She, like me and her have been really good friends, me and Tundra have. We've been best friends for 4 years, 5 years, 4 years. And so I'm going to do the most unbiased review as I can. And I'm going to give both the good and the bad. But another disclaimer before I start, if you can hear the music, which is just playing over here from my laptop, it's Transformation, Alive, The World Has Gone Insane, and Confrontation from the musical of Jekyll and Hyde. So if you want to check that out, you can. I really recommend it, and I'm playing it because it's spooky time, my friends. So let's get started. I'm going to show you all of his parts, and note that I have had him for around a month. No, that's a lie. A week or two, maybe, I don't know. But he's been completely finished since September 21st, and it is now October 1st, so 2 weeks, yeah. And I have done a couple outings with him. I went to Indie FurCon 2018 with him on Sunday when his balaclava wasn't sewn in and he still needed shave in some places, and yeah. And then I just did an event last weekend with him. So I'm gonna show you all of his parts, from like the small things to up to his head, and I'll explain all of his parts. So one of my favorite things about him is his peaks. They're outdoor, very big and poofy. I have them backwards. Fully lined, built-on shoes, and very like squishy, so kids can squish them. And the only complications I've had with them thus far, and this is talking in between, like before he was done as well, the shoes kept coming off of the foam, but Tundra was nice enough to take him back and re-glue him 2 times after she first finished them. So right now they are nice and sturdy and very stompy, and I love them to death. They're easy to slip on and slip off for easy access. So there's those. Then something I put on, just I don't know why. I love his paws. I specifically asked for the same pattern as her fursuit's paws because I've worn them before and I fell in love with them. And these are his squishy beans. Very squishy and very big. They're so easy to get on and off. And especially going back to his first version of this suit, his paws were attached to his arm sleeves and they were a nightmare to get on. But when I get his full suit on, I won't be able to tuck his paws entirely because they're big and poofy and I won't be able to tuck them. I have to have help whenever I get my paws on. So there's those. And honestly, I don't see any like major flaws with them. But again, I'm gonna try to do an unbiased review. And if I'm being like really nitpicky, if you look like really closely, some of the fur is shaved down a little too much, and you can see the backing. But once that's all like brushed up, you don't even see it. It's only if you like pull the fur back. And there are a couple places where the paw pads are a little like wiggly. But again, that's just nitpicking. They're very comfy to wear and very easy to put on and very poofy. And they're all lined. Very nice. And then his tail, which is one of the first things that was actually done. It's on a belt loop, so that I can partial in him. Just a nice little fluffy bunny tail. And the belt goes through like the meat part. And like this is just a little signature thing that like I've always loved about Tundra's design ever since she started doing it. And I'm glad that I can have one to call my own now. And there's honestly nothing wrong with the tail because it's just a simple make. And then now on to my big boy, his bodysuit. So here's his bodysuit, nice and big. The padding, as you can see, is built in to the suit itself. He has leg padding back here, thigh padding right here on both legs, and then some butt padding. And then one that I have to put in manually is just the chest padding right here. And the zipper is right here. And since the padding is built in, she included a little hole to where I can take out the stuffing when I need to wash him. So that's always like really nice. And he is quite heavy, so I have to like be really careful hanging him up. But his bodysuit is like amazing. There were a couple complications in with her making it because when I sent her the duct tape dummy, I don't think I made the arms long enough on my duct tape dummy, and so the arms kind of stopped right there instead of going all the way to my wrists. And the same thing with my legs, they only went down to there. So she did have to do some extensions on those, but of course, no cost to me. And then finally, my boy's head. So some awesome things about his head is it's very big, very ventilated, because he has a nice open mouth right there, and I can fit a full water bottle in it. His nose is pickable, which is two-way, so I can like breathe through the nose too. The eyes are a lot bigger than Rex's first ones, and so they're made with vinyl, plastic vinyl, instead of buckram, which was a big problem with the first one. He has 3D follow me eyes, a minky tongue, a little buck tooth right there, and little fangs, a big minky nose, and as you could see, like me earlier, he does have movable eyebrows. And you can do it like 3 different places, and yeah. And those are made of minky too. He has nice big floppy ears that can flop up, and his hair can move to either side, whichever I feel like doing. And it's nice to brush him too. And his head is fully lined with the same Galaxy athletic material, and so I don't get my head nice and sweaty. The only parts I see that are bad with it are not bad, because I can still like wear them around. But things that Tundra could improve on is if you look really closely at the inside of his nose, the fleece isn't glued in all the way, so some of the foam is poking out right there. And then under this eyebrow, the fur is shaved down a little too much to where you can see the backing. But I don't see that as a huge thing, because I always, like, almost always have a little grumpy expression on him. And with some places, the eyebrows don't stay on as well. And there have been a couple times in my outings where I've had the eyebrow actually fall off during it. But if I found that, like, his grumpy expression is the best to keep them on. And then another, like, nitpicky thing is his tooth isn't centered all the way. It's a little to the right of his nose. See, the middle is supposed to be right there, but it's right there. But again, very nitpicky. He has a lot better of a neck than the first one, and he breathes a lot better than the first one, and I love him. He's my boy. And another little thing I love about him is his eyes are sparkly. Nice touch. So now that I've done the full, like, nitpicky review of each and every part of him, I am going to suit up in him. I don't know if I'm gonna speed it up or not, but I'll get to that later. And note that I normally have an athletic, like, Under Armour shirt on, or t-shirt on, and basketball shorts, because his suit is so comfortable. Like, it's so comfortable to the point where I don't have to wear, like, longer pants with him. So I just didn't feel like changing out of my dress pants. So let's do it. And just in case I don't speed it up, I'm gonna say what I'm doing. So I found the easiest part is to just get them on, which I don't have to insert any padding or anything like that. And there is an easier way for me to put the tail on, but I don't feel like doing that right now. Oh yeah, and another thing about his bodysuit is he doesn't have a hole for the tail. He actually has two, like, smaller holes, so that the more that I use him, it doesn't stretch out. And, like, they're little invisible holes for the belt to go through. So, yeah, I don't know what I was trying to do. So just put them on my pants, and then put the belt loop through the left one, my left. Slide the tail on, which just slides through the belt. And then slide it through the back. And I can put the tail on before I put the bodysuit on. Like, put the tail on the bodysuit before I put everything on, but I don't feel like doing that right now. And then just put it like that. His peaks, just slide those on. And put his leggies over those. Both. Then do that little thing. Then I take the pillow, Max 2018, put it in, and then zip them up. And then that way I can put the paws on. And normally I'll have someone help me with the other one and tuck that one. But again, I'm home alone right now. It's the only time I can do this without kids screaming everywhere. Just ta-da! And then again, I normally have someone tucking my other paw. And then finally, my boy's head, which just slides on and I can wear him with my glasses. Woo! And then I'm a big fluffy bunny. Very sassy too. So, he's almost a full plush suit. So, because of all of his padding. So, it does get somewhat hot very fast. But if I'm outside or in a well-conditioned area, which right now it's fall and my house isn't air-conditioned right now. So, it is starting to get a little hot, but again, that's just because I'm not in an area where I'm going to be fursuiting a lot. But if I were to go outside and I feel the breeze, I can feel every little breeze through the padding because it's all stuffing. The ventilation is great. Like, my head doesn't get as nearly as hot as the first Rex or even Danny in there, who needs repaired desperately. But with the first Rex, I wouldn't be able to wear him for more than 10 minutes, and I would have to like throw his head off, and my face would just be red and I wouldn't be sweating at all. But with this one, I can wear it for up to like an hour and a half without having to take him off. And even when I do, my face isn't red at all and I'm just sweating. And the bodysuit is extremely comfortable. There have been times where I just put his bodysuit on just for the heck of it. And I love just being a big fluffy bunny. And the paws are a little hard to grab things with, but you know, they're just so big. But I have been able to like grab a small sucker and give it to children before, and they've loved it. Let's see. Honestly, I don't see any downsides to wearing him because he's just so well made. Of course, when he was still in the works, the feet would break, and the feet actually broke at Indy FurCon, so I had to like drag my feet around. But since then, she's fixed him up for me, and he's been perfect ever since. I've done photo shoots with him. I've been to an event and worn him for like 45 minutes to an hour. Had no troubles with him. All in all, I give him a solid like 9.5 out of 10. And please, when Tundra opens up for commissions again, I highly recommend her as a maker. She answers you like on time, and I know because I help run the TundraKrafts account, because I'm a pre-made designer and base maker for her. But again, this is completely unbiased, but she answers you within like a Godspeed amount of time. She always answers any questions you have about your fursuit. She gives you all you need to like wash your fursuit and all that. And she's just a really nice person. And I've talked to a couple of her other commissioners, just a small little bit, and I've followed them on like every social media, and they've loved the suits that they've gotten from her. And even one of the commissions I wore, and it was amazing, just in its base making stage. One downside to her customer service, I would say, is she does take a while to actually make him, because I finished paying him off in early April of this year, and it took her until September to get him fully finished. But I do understand why, because she went on an extended vacation with her family and couldn't work on fursuits, and it was totally unexpected for that. And school gets in the way of everything. But I know that'll be improving soon because she'll be turning 18, and yeah. But I can tell you right now, it is worth the wait, because like, just look at this big ball of cute. And if you want to know what my character looked like on the reference sheet, which was made by Tundra too, I'll link it either in the card or in the description, or pop a picture right here. I don't know yet. And then if you want to see the first Rex, we're going to be doing a skit with the new Rex and the old one pretty soon. I don't know when it'll be, whenever we have time. And then me and my friend Tori did a video quite a while back, and I'll link that in the card or down in the description, I don't know. But please go commission Tundra when she opens back up again. She's an amazing maker, and like, he's just so fun to wear, and she followed the reference sheet so well. And like, just look at these small details that like she put in, like his lightning bolt, his hair, even like, I never knew that his hair could be that fabulous, and his ears are so floppy and awesome. Solid 9.5 out of 10. Would be a 10 out of 10 if it weren't for just those small minor mistakes. He's held up so well, even around kids, even just wearing him and being a big fluffy bunny whenever I want. And the price range that he was, considering he was counted as a refurb, which she ended up just completely remaking him because the first one was not salvageable at all. I paid $610 for a full Digigrade full suit, and I might be commissioning her again in the future to make a newer character I have hide. And I asked for an estimate on him, and she said around $700 again for a full fursuit. So highly recommend her if you want a full suit, because hands or paws down, she is one of the most affordable fursuit makers there is, and it's just so high quality. It's phenomenal. So that's all I have for the suit up and review. I don't care what you do after this. If you want to go follow her, please do. I'll link all of her social medias in the description. So thank you all for watching. Please go follow her. She's awesome, and her art is equally amazing. I have multiple pieces by her. I have multiple badges by her. So please follow her. Amazing friend, amazing maker, amazing artist, amazing everything. So that's all I have for that. So see you guys later, and I hope to do some more videos with my boy here. Once Danny gets all fixed up, maybe some with him. Once I get Skylar done, maybe some with him. Tucker too, and a secret suit I'm working on. So yeah. Woo, I did it.